Hello guys, welcome back to the nest. Hope you're all keeping well. I finally returned from Amsterdam. I gotta say, an amazing experience so it was. It's not what I thought it was going to be. It was lovely seeing the canals. I actually got to go on a booze cruise, so I did. Yeah, that was probably the best part of the holiday. I got into the upside down room. I was just going to eat so many different places. It was just a massive experience. I definitely would want to go on holiday like that again. Don't know where though. Probably have to wait and see until next year. You never know. Wish I could have got away longer, but you know what I mean. I have a lot of stuff to plan. But anyway, while I was away, I really missed doing this. Really missed you guys communicating through the internet. Tonight it's time for another movie reaction. It's our reaction for the new year, so it is. If you guessed. It's actually a Disney movie. It's been a while since we've done a Disney movie reaction. I don't know if you guys are completely aware of this movie, but this is The Rescuers. Now, for those of you who don't know what this is about, it's about this young orphan. No, all right, I'll not start off with that just yet. So, the film starts off with this tiny girl on a shipwreck in a lake in Florida. I believe that's where Devil's Bayou is. Bayou, I don't know how you say it. I assume that that's Florida, but she writes a message and puts it in a bottle, and it sails off to New York. Now in New York, there is an organisation called the Rescue Society, and they're all mice. Yeah, I do know there's a United Nations, but this one consists of all mice from all over the world. A janitor there named Bernard, or Bernard. What way are you meant to pronounce this name? Honestly, I know it's a normal name, but Bernard. We'll never know. Bernard is played by a comedian called Bob Newhart. Now, I have heard of this guy. He's a very well-known comedian. He stutters a lot, hence why Bernard stutters a lot in this movie. And for the first time ever, he gets assigned on a mission to rescue this girl named Penny. She's an orphan, and he goes along with this female mouse named Bianca. I recognise the one who voiced Bianca. It's the same woman who voiced Duchess in the Aristocats. Yeah, I recognise that voice anywhere. But yeah, they retrace their steps. First they visit a zoo. I don't know why they decided to go into a zoo. I don't think it has anything to do with it. All Bernard does, he goes into a lion's cage. He comes out. That was a very very hungry lion. They go to the orphanage and they find all Penny's stuff still there. A cat named Rufus, wise old cat, beard and everything. I'm surprised that he doesn't really want to eat the mice. He does know that it's his job. If he doesn't take care of the mice, he loses his job forever. He tells them what happened with Penny. Unfortunately she didn't get adopted, but she went outside and this woman told her to get in a car with her. Now, this is the thing. If a stranger offers you a lift somewhere, run. Run as fast as you can. Because this is what happens. So the woman turns out to be this pawn shop owner named Madame Medusa. Now, I understand why she's called Medusa. She's hideous. She strikes fear into the hearts of the people she stares at. But she doesn't have snakes for hair. I do know that, obviously, the folklore, the big legend, Medusa has snakes for hair, but this woman doesn't. She's got red hair, which goes into her personality. She's absolutely hideous. Fake eyelashes, big heavy makeup. Reminds me of Cruella de Vil almost. Only, Cruella de Vil wants young puppies for a coat. On the other hand, Medusa wants to use this girl Penny to go into this tunnel and acquire a large diamond named the Devil's Eye, because Penny's the only one who can fit through this hole. She decides to go there herself because her assistant Snoops has done absolutely no work at all to coerce her into going down and to taking the diamond. So while they try to hide in her luggage, unfortunately they are thrown out when the car speeds up, and they have to use an albatross named Orville to travel to Devil's Bayou. Do let me know if this is in Florida, guys. I'm quite confused. Or Alabama even. Whenever they go on the albatross, It's not a wild ride. I do know that real life albatrosses, they have to have a certain altitude. They have to run, in order for them to fly, because they're that heavy. They can't just take off themselves. They have to have that sort of thrust, so they do. I actually would love to see an albatross in real life just to see how they take off. And Bernard immediately regrets. We should have taken the train. Oh, you big Freddy cat Bernard. You've got Orville on the other hand. Look out below! Upon arrival, they see that this isn't going to be an easy task. Luckily, the folks of Devil's Bayou, Luke and all the other critters are there to help them, but they have to have a signal from this dragonfly who will transport them over to the big shipwreck. It also turns out the Medusa has 2 pet alligators called Brutus and Zero. I believe that's it. Yeah, Brutus and Zero. I think it's that one's definitely called Brutus. I forget what the other one's called. And I knew that this has to be set in Florida. No, I think this is Louisiana actually. Oh wait, no, it is Florida. I do know places like this in Northern America there are alligators. This is where alligators are native in the swamps of America. Medusa slowly begins to lose her patience, but she's not as tough as you think. She sees the mice, but she doesn't immediately kill them. She bosses Snoops around. I'm getting Cruella de Vil vibes from her, the way Cruella de Vil treats Horace and Jasper, her 2 henchmen. But on the other hand, Bianca and Bernard do manage to go down and see poor Penny losing all hope. And they do she's actually able to communicate with them. I just don't understand how Penny seems to be the only human who can communicate with the animals in this movie. She can talk to Rufus, no problem. She can talk to Bernard and Bianca, no problem. I don't know. But Penny is just so cute, the way she has her wee teddy bear all the time, and she's just a kind-hearted wee soul. The next day, however, Medusa begins to lose her patience. She just sends her down there. Down there right now, you'll never see your teddy again! I do think it's a wee bit graphic, I don't think a child should be going down to see the skeletal remains of pirates and to see that the devil's eye is stuck inside a skull. Do you know what I mean? And it's dangerous enough, the water just rises up, and then that's a child. I don't even know if Penny even knows how to swim. She's had no mother and father to teach her. She grew up in an orphanage in New York. But she actually does manage to acquire it. At this moment, the dragonfly goes to the folks of Florida and he tells them, this is the part where we attack. Do-do-do-do-do-do! Medusa gets stabbed in the ass by a fork, and they just absolutely wreck her, so they do. Unfortunately, the speedboat won't take off immediately. Medusa uses her 2 alligators, to chase after them. It's just absolutely scary. Add more pain to the wound. What she just does is just, she rides the alligators like a 2 horses pulling the carriage, if you know what I mean. It's scary, but it has the effect that she's a true villain. I always wonder what happened to Snoops. I wonder if he made it out alive, because I don't know if Medusa's going to make it out alive. Do you think her 2 alligators actually managed to eat her when she was stuck holding on to the pole? She lost her diamond forever. Luckily, in the end, Penny gets adopted by a loving mother and father, and she actually proves to the world that mice can speak, just like us. And she actually says hi to them on the telly, hi Bernard, hi Bianca. The diamond is donated to the museum, and Bernard becomes a full-time rescuer, so he does. He becomes Bianca's partner. I even think a love interest as well, because she kisses him on the cheek. You saw in the flight with the albatross, she was snuggling up to him and everything. But not only partners in a job, but romantic interests. And they get another mission. So they do, someone else is lost, and they go off to rescue them. God knows who it's going to be this time. But Orville the albatross takes off, and Bernard ends the film with the notable line in the whole movie: we should have taken the train. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, guys. It's not what I was expecting. I thought it was just going to be like a lot of the older Disney films, where it was just going to be too much romance. But it was heartwarming. Wishes coming true. guess it's the theme along all Disney films. You know, like I've said in the last video, happy 100th anniversary to the Walt Disney Company and Warner Brothers. You know, you guys deserve this. But yeah, enjoyed this movie, guys. I will say about this year, I'm going to try and take it nice and slow because, as you guys know, the gaming's beginning at the end of this year. And, you know, I'm not telling you what the game is yet, but I need to work out what equipment I need. You know, I need to order it. It could take weeks for it to arrive. We'll just have to wait and see. But I still have some DVDs to get from this year, so I do. I've only got like three more to acquire, and then I'm going straight onto the gaming equipment. Hopefully it's not a lot. I do know if I get it off Amazon, it's a lot cheaper. But, you know, we'll get through it, guys. I'm going to try and get some friends to help me out with this. But we're going to get through it. I'm really excited and scared for it at the same time, guys. But I know I can do it. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to turn on notifications. Share with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you have. Like, favorite, subscribe, comment what you would like to see next, rate, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Love you all to death. Great to be back from Amsterdam.